Hi, I'm Greta Oliver. Welcome to the EducateU podcast, your roadmap to learning tips, techniques, and strategies to enable your student to successfully navigate the road to and through higher education. Hi, everyone. This is me, Dr. Oliver. I'm here today so we can talk about a trend that's happening in higher education, which is the use of college rankings. And so recently, many universities are beginning to kind of question whether they want to be included in the ranking process. And so there are many that have actually withdrawn from the ranking process. And as of last year, Yale and Harvard law schools pulled out of the law school ranking. UC Berkeley, Georgetown, Columbia, and Stanford law schools withdrew also. And so many others are beginning to question whether they want to be included in the college ranking process because they don't feel as if the college rankings adequately describe who they are as a university and what they stand for. And as they see others, their peers withdrawing, they're thinking about whether they need to withdraw as well. And so the college ranking process actually started back in 1910. So it's been around for a long time. In 1910, the college ranking process started with the Carnegie Foundation, and they ranked American colleges and universities. And they came out with a report, which was a criticism of the American college. From 1940 to 1950s, the U.S. News and World Reports started their ranking process, and they started the annual Best Colleges rankings in 1983. And so a lot of people pay close attention to this, like best in this, best of that, best in the Northwest, best public, best private. All of those different things sometimes can sway people's decisions of what colleges they are having their students apply to. In the 1960s and 70s, the federal government became involved with college ranking. And then in 1980 to 1990s, in addition to U.S. News and World Reports, other publications began the college ranking process, such as Forbes, Money, and the Princeton Review. And I know some of these names are really familiar to you because you've been hearing about these in the news. And so the methodology of between all of these different organizations kind of vary. So sometimes you're wondering if they're ranking the same thing. And so that can also be a bit of a problem. In the 2000s, the rankings have continued with new publications being entered into the field, along with other methodologies to rank, such as online resources like Niche, College Navigator, or College Scorecard. These are also ways in which colleges are being ranked. So throughout history, college rankings have been praised and criticized because a lot of people, first of all, it's not apples to apples among these different ranking organizations. And so that can be an issue, as well as the fact that, you know, a lot of times the rankings are very general and they don't showcase what the actual institution is about. And then another problem is that the universities themselves are providing much of the information that is being included in the rankings. So you don't know if that's like really fair or not. And are they just including things that make themselves look favorable, or are they hiding things that make themselves look bad? What's going on with it? And so this is really becoming like a bone of contention almost. And so the thing is, college rankings can be useful, but they should not ever be the only thing that you're looking at when you're choosing a university. And so I wanted to come on and tell you guys some of the things that we've already talked about in College Roadmap book about ways in which you can find a college that fits, or your child can find a college that fits. Now, once again, we've been talking about college fit forever, and it still remains a topic that really should have your attention. You should be paying close attention to college fit. And I also want to let you know that college fit does include affordability. It's very important because it doesn't matter how you feel on campus if you can't pay for it and you can't go there. So the first thing you should be trying to figure out is if it is affordable for your child to go there when you have counted up everything, when you know every bit of financial aid that you can expect, and what you have to be responsible for as a family to support that student. And so we always want to remember that fit includes affordability. But all is not lost. As I said, college rankings are just one way that you can find out more about a college, but you should look into the other aspects of researching a college and making a determination as to whether that college is going to be the right choice for you. And some of those things have been mentioned in the book, as I said previously, and I just want to go over them so I can refresh your memory. First of all, you need to get on campus, you and your child, and particularly your child, because remember, your student, your child, they're the ones that are going to be attending these universities. So it's important to get on college campuses and go on college visits, and also to see if you can get your child involved in summer programs. Any type of activity that can get your child on campus for a few days or so that they can really get a feel for the place and how the people interact there and what the culture is of the institution. They can look at how the professors interact with the students, how the students interact with each other, how welcome they feel on a campus that they've never been on before, and just things that will let them know inside if that's the right place for them. And then once again, we'll deal with whether they find it affordable or not, based on all of their financial aid and everything that you can muster up to help them to be able to go there. And so that's one thing. Another thing that you can do, or research that you can do, would involve you going and checking out the common data set for that school. And it's a lot of work. It's not easy, but you can go in and find out all kinds of things about colleges and universities that gives admission information, it gives retention and enrollment information, graduation rates, financial aid, and all these other factors that are important when you're choosing a college campus. Also, college fact books give you some of the same information. If you go onto a university's website and you just type in the search box, type in fact book, you should come up with their fact book for that year. Fact books are done every single year, and it will give you all the information about the incoming class, the information about their GPA, their average GPA, the scholarships amounts that have been given out or granted, all kinds of information about like demographics, everything else that you want to know about that particular college. There are also college websites. You really need to go and check out the website. You can go on college tours. You can also do virtual tours if you can't make it in person, but it's best to make it in person. But you can get the Oculus unit and go and do college tours, and it's almost like you're there. But, of course, we want to really get you on campus, but it will give you a good idea of what the campus is like. And so you can check out academic programs through the website. You can check out the admissions procedures and all of that information. And remember, you have to do this for each college that your student needs to be doing this. You can work along with them for each institution that they're interested in. You can also take advantage of student reviews and testimonials. There are a lot of different programs available where students are able to go in and rate their university and talk about different things, what they like, what they don't like, and you can read over their responses and see if this is something that sounds like a place where you want to be as far as a student is concerned, or a place where you think your student will be safe or be okay, all of that. And once again, as I said before, and I will continue to say this as much as I can, this whole search really should have your student really leading this thing and involved in this. If mom and dad or the guardian or whomever is interested in this child's college education and they're doing all the work, but yet the student, they're not engaged at all, what do you think they're going to do when they get on campus? So bring them into the process and let them work alongside you to find this information out. You also might want to take advantage of maybe finding if anyone that you know from your high school perhaps from your student's high school goes to that particular university, and then have a conversation with them, about what it's really like. So there are lots of different ways that you can find out all kind of important information. And if you do choose to use college rankings, it should be one of the things that you're looking at, not the only thing. And so I just wanted to let you know this information, and to let you know that a lot of colleges are starting to think about getting out of the ranking system. They do not want to be ranked because they don't feel like it adequately portrays who they are. And so you need to know what you can do in the meantime, or in conjunction with using college rankings. So I just wanted to give you this information, as I said, and I'll see you next week on EducateU. Thank you for joining us today on EducateU. If you wish, you can send me your questions or comments about the college going process or the podcast contents by sending an email to Dr. Greta at gretaoliverconsulting.com. Also, beginning each week after the podcast airs, check for a companion blog on my website's blog page at gretaoliverconsulting.com. My book, College Roadmap: Essential Tips for First-Time College Students and Their Families, is available for sale on Amazon.com. Join us next week for another tip or strategy to make the road to higher education easier for your student.